What's going on, guys? Your boy Amazing. We're back with another video, and in today's video, guys, me going over the free festival selector ticket that we're going to be getting in the part 2 celebration of the global anniversary. As you guys can see, man, we have 15 festival characters that we have the option to choose from, and in this video I'm going to be going over the best recommendations for depending on your account. If you're a brand new player, if you're a long-term player, if you're someone missing festival characters, we're going to talk about all of that in this video, guys, and go over pretty much all the festivals that are available. One thing I will preface at the beginning, guys, is that all the tickets are available through the first day if you actually grind it all out. Day 1, you could probably get all the tickets instantly if you do grind the entire event out, as all the tickets are not through login, they're through the actual event itself. So for you guys wondering, you do get 5 here from the Gelda special missions. You see, as you can see, the ticket is available from each mission, which is really good. You are going to be able to get some extra from the Whack-A-Hawk event as well. So you guys can see here, you get 2 from the Whack-A-Hawk event. And then moving on, you do actually get more as well from the final boss. I think you get 2 from the final boss, if I'm not mistaken. So you get 2 here. There might be 1 here as well. Oh no, sorry, not the ranking. Yeah, there's 2 here as well. So you get 4 from the final boss, actually. I stand corrected. So 4 from the final boss. And then you're also going to get more from the Tower of Trials event tower. So you get 1 here at 11. You get 1 at the 5. And I think there is another one as well at the 21. Yes, so you're going to be able to get that. But yeah, pretty much, guys, you get up to 15 tickets. You're going to have 15 total, right? And yeah, when you go on the banner, or no, I think it might be 14 actually. I forget. Regardless, guys, you get enough to go to 420 pity, okay? So you get enough to go to 420 pity, and when you do get to that pity, you're going to have a festival select of your choice. Now, none of the characters on the banner here are festivals when you're pulling, and these are going to be the character lineup when you're actually pulling on the banner, so none of them are going to be festivals, but you can definitely snipe, you know, characters like Elaine. You got Oslo and Hawk there, you got Matrona. Those are fairly recent characters. You know, dupes on the Archangels could be nice for a newer player as well. And yeah, I mean, overall, it's not a super bad free banner. It's just mainly the fact that you do get a festival at the very end. So let's discuss the festival ticket here, guys, and which character I actually recommend you guys should be picking depending on your account. Alright, guys, so going over all the characters here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you guys a brief of every single character that we have here on this lineup. And I'm going to kind of explain, you know, how good the characters can be. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you guys my ranking for the best characters that you want to be picking from this ticket. And then also depending on like what your box is looking like as well. If you're a newer player, if you're long term, all that stuff in this video, guys. So hopping into the number 1 character here, starting from the top left, we have LR Lost Vein Meliodas. So this is a character that is a regular SSR at the moment, but you can LR this character to become LR Lost Vein, and he is actually a very, very good character in the game. You know, obviously, I mean, all LRs in the game are very, very good, and would I say I recommend getting LR Lost Vein? Probably not. I think he is pretty good, but if you're only going to get 1 copy of the character, his secret technique's only going to be 20% on his ultimate, guys, so it's not going to be hitting, you know, super hard. I think right now in the meta, in terms of PvP, he's not going to be too super strong either. You know, for an early game player, especially if you're just getting your first copy of him, I don't think it's necessarily worth at the moment, considering, you know, if you're doing story and all that. You know, there's sometimes where you're gonna have to not use a Meliodas, and you know, if you're only using him to carry your team, you're not really gonna go through it super well. So overall, I think Meliodas is a character that I don't really recommend getting from that. Moving on though, guys, we do have Goddess Elizabeth. She is super old at this point. She doesn't have an LR, so I don't really recommend getting her. Small Wing King here, he is a character that does not have LR either. He is very, very old at this point. He has a Holy Relic, which is pretty good, but it's mainly for the other Small Wing King, which is the Jelly variant. The Jelly King is a lot better than the Small Wing King, so I wouldn't actually recommend picking this character either. We do also have the 1 Escanor here, which I also don't think is too great, especially at the moment. You know, back in the day, the 1 Escanor used to be really good. He used to be a good Demonic Beast battle character as well if you needed a blue DPS for, like, you know, for like the deer. I think he was also pretty good against like the bird as well if you had like high dupes. But again, that's considering you have high dupes, guys. Without dupes, because let's say you're going to pick, like, this is for a new player right now. We're going through each of the characters here. If you're picking the 1 Escanor at 1/6, he's not going to be that crazy, right? At a 1/6, you know, pickup. So definitely not the 1 Escanor. Assault Melee is a very cool character as well. He did get a very strong Holy Relic about a year ago now. And yeah, he's definitely good, but I wouldn't say that he's a character you should actually pick either, because right now in the game mode, like, you're not really running him on Demon Team if you are going to be running a Meliodas. You're running DK Melee, or you're running LR Lost Vein. right? So yeah, I would say probably not a solid melee either. Festival of Merlin is a pretty good character, right? She's the global anniversary, the first one we had, and she's not too bad, you know. She has infect, she has damage cap as well. Right now, though, in the meta, she just isn't really a good character, and in terms of PvE content, you're not really going to get too much out of her there as well. Moving on though, guys, we do have Festival Zeldris. He is pretty good as well. He provides basic stats from the backline, which can kind of be good, but you know, right now the only team you're really going to use him on is humans, and that would be with the Yuri variant. So right now, not really worth picking up, especially with one copy as well. In my opinion, it's just not going to be worth it. So definitely don't get Festival Zeldris. Moving on, we do have Purgatory Bond here, guys. He is a pretty good character. He was definitely a lot better in the past when we had Tower Trials. You know, since we've lost Tower Trials, the reoccurring one, unfortunately, Bond has kind of lost a lot of his use. You know, no one really uses mono red humans anymore. They've definitely fallen off since their peak back in the day. So yeah, Purgatory Bond, not a character I'm really going to recommend right there. Moving on, Cusack, he is a easy skip as well. You don't need Cusack from this you know, ticket either. You know, he's mainly just a demon single target damage dealer, which is just not good enough, guys. Being single target for demons. So yeah, and then moving on, we do have Margaret, which I actually will pull up. She does have an LR in the game. LR Margaret does exist, and she is very, very good in the game. Even pre-LR, I think she is still one of the better characters you could actually pick on a brand new account. If we're actually thinking about it too, considering all the other characters on the banner, she might be, you know, either my number 1 or my number 2 pick, depending on the characters you own on your account if you are a new player. So yeah, she is very, very good. You know, she has one of the best buff cards in the entire game, giving you cleanse. You know, you get damage dealt, damage reduction, and at the rank 3 basic stats. And then just in general, like, she has a bunch of basic stat build up for goddesses and can deal a ton of damage too, guys. She is a character that I would actually recommend if you are brand new. Like, that is one of those characters I would recommend, right? Really good. You know, if you have a bunch of goddess characters as well, she can be really nice. You build up a bunch of basic stats, and she just does a ton of damage, and she can clear pretty much all PvE content. The only caveat being maybe like DK fight, right? So DK, and as you're like, as a new player, you're not really thinking about DK anyway. So yeah, she would definitely be one of my priority picks for a new player, guys. Moving on, we do have Festival Gowther right there. Festival Gowther does have a pretty good Holy Relic, but other than that, I mean, not really much use out of Festival Gowther since he got his Relic. I think the last time he was used was Swollen Haughty, and since then, you know, you don't really use Festival Gowther. He's kind of just fallen off. So yeah, no pick up for Festival Gowther right there, at least in my opinion. The next character right there, guys, is gonna be Chad King. This is my other priority character that I would actually recommend you guys pick, because he's very, very good in Demonic Beast Battle. Chad King is a character that, if you're going to be using him, he can be a very, very strong early game character, because he has double AoE cards. So these are both AoE. He has Sever on this card, and then he has Power Strike on this card. And that right there also gives him a shield whenever he does attack that is based on the damage he dealt. So the higher the damage that King does, the more power of a shield he gets. And he is a very good character in terms of, you know, providing the team with protection with the shield, and also just dishing out a ton of damage while being able to be a really good farming unit at that. So yeah, and his Holy Relic is pretty good too, giving extra basic stats and damage dealt off of it, having a shield on the team. So yeah, very, very good character, guys, especially for like an early game account. I would definitely recommend picking up you know, Chad King right there. I think he's gonna be probably my number 2. I would say it's either number 1 or number 2. I feel like Margaret and Chad King are tied for, like, you know, that like pick, really. If you pick either of those characters, depending on what characters you got on your account, could be you know, really good regardless. I think it's fine for those 2 characters. And then moving on, guys, we do have Queen Diane. Queen Diane's another really good character as well. Her main use for you, especially if you're like a newer player, would probably be just to draw damage away from other characters. I would say, if not the best taunt character in the game, guys, she is definitely a number 2. I think the other best taunt unit in the game would be the other Queen Diane, the brand new one, the Valentine's one, right? This Queen Diane is still very, very good, and one of the best taunt units in the game. So if you need a taunt unit for Demonic Beast Battle, she might be the character pick that you actually want to get. And high dupe Diane as well can be a really nice heal for your team, which is definitely very good as well. Alright, guys, moving on, we do have Estarossa here. Estarossa is a very good character on the Demon team. The only thing is right now with the Demon team in PvP is it's kind of fallen off in terms of the team. We did just get Gelda and Zeldris, and I think Gelda actually replaces Estarossa on the Demon team if you are going to be running Zeldris, Gelda, and Demon King melee. So I don't think right now Estarossa is really a character that's going to be useful right now. So I would actually recommend probably skipping out out on Esteros actually as well, considering the Demon team has kind of fallen off a little bit. And then finally, guys, we do have Infinity Merlin. Infinity Merlin is a very meta character right now in the game. Best backline character for the 7 Deadly Sins team right now after getting her Holy Relic, where she provides 15% basic stats and then damage reduction. If you are a newer player, Infinity Merlin might not be a good benefit for you, but if you're a long-term player, like, she is a very good character to get a dupe on, because obviously the higher the dupes, the more CC you have for your 7 Deadly Sins team, and I think she is really, really good. Alright guys, so that pretty much covers all the festivals and my brief explanation of like what they're useful for. Now my recommendations are, again, as a newer player, Margaret or Chad King are going to be my main recommendations. Now if you're someone that's missing one of these festivals of the 15, or you're missing 2 of the festivals, guys, base it off of how good you think the characters are for the one you pick, but you always want to pick a new character. For me on my free-to-play account, I'm going to be going for Festival Gowther, regardless of the other characters and how good they are, just because I don't own Festival Gowther. Obviously getting a brand new character is going to be better than not getting a new character. I mean, that's just a given. You're getting, you know, box CC, you're getting GP, so that is something that I definitely do recommend you do. Obviously pick the characters that you are missing as well, and then if you're like a long-term veteran player on Grand Cross, then my main recommendations for dupes would probably be Infinity Merlin or maybe Margaret and Chad King and Queen Diane. Like, those 4, if you want to get dupes on, would be a pretty good idea if you're a long-term player. Mainly being Merlin for 7 Deadly Sins team if you're running that as your main team in PvP. But yeah, that pretty much covers all the festivals right there, guys, and my main recommendations for you guys to pick. This is coming to global on the Monday night, Tuesday morning update for the global part 2 anniversary, guys. So I hope you guys did enjoy the video right there, man. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe as always. If you guys want to see more videos like this, definitely let me know in the comment section below, and I'm gonna see you guys in the next video, man. Peace out and have a great rest of your day, guys. See you later, guys.